Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. So last time out we finished off the chapter 6's side story, which revolved around Shion dealing with the aftermath of what happened to her with the angel and all that kind of shit. So in this part we're starting off what was in the original game the final chapter of the game, chapter 7. In this version, though, in the PS4 version, a new version of it, the EX Plus version, basically there's another kind of epilogue after this, but this is the last full and proper chapter. But anyway. So yeah, this is all this stuff is very useful. Basically, this plays directly into what's going on in Chapter 7. It's basically showing us what happened with Ko and Shiori at the beginning of the in the Tokyo disaster 10 years ago, where they basically were and what they were kind of dealing with and how they saw it kind of unfold. Sorry. So yeah, Ko's been having... So yeah, Ko has dreamt about that day, obviously, in the past. Obviously it would be pretty traumatic for a young kid. But yeah, he hasn't dreamt about it for a while. I'm sure it's not a bad omen in any way, shape or form. And he's late for school, fucking again. Because that's how this goes. Time to get going. Fine, whatever. Looks kind of pale. So yeah, whatever happens in that dream, that we didn't see, obviously, but whatever happens in that dream, obviously, scares him pretty badly. And I kind of like this as well. It gives you a little bit of backstory. Well, not really backstory, a bit more information about, where they were when it happened, that they were just outside their house. You're not speaking, kind voice. Oh yeah, so this is Shiori's dad. I think this is the only time we meet him in the whole story. To be honest. Well, during this chapter anyway, I think we have like 2 or 3... I think he's in like 2 or 3 scenes total. So, yeah. And off he wanders. So yeah. And shit. It's Rem again. So yeah, we are getting to the end game now. You can kind of tell because she shows up really early on. Yeah, and supposedly she was, and well, I guess it makes sense that given that she's a part of the eclipse, it makes sense that she would know about the disaster and be involved in the disaster 10 years ago. But we'll have to wait and see. There we go. Chapter 7. Hollow Quake. So yeah, time for the final chapter. Oh, for fuck's sake. That was loud as fuck. Sorry. Moving on. So yeah. We've had a bit of a foreshadowing for the chapter to come. Now it's time to go to back to day-to-day life in Morimiya School, Morimiya High, and time for swimming. Is this a Japanese thing then? Because I don't think, at least I don't remember like swimming classes being combined, kind of girls and boys. It was kind of like the boys of the year would go 1 week, and then the girls would go another week. Go the week after, basically. So I don't know whether this is a Japanese thing or whether it's just a thing that's happened since since I was last at high school, which is a fucking long time ago. So yeah, time for Ko to take on Ryota. Ryota wants to look good in front of the girls, so we have to put pay to that pretty early on. And it's Mr. Goro, who we saw at the very end of Chapter 6, and we know that he's involved in some weird shit. Which kind of makes sense as to why he's here all the time. This minigame is really not that hard. Basically, as long as you keep getting goods and greats, so as long as you at least hit with every single one, then you won't lose. But I remember I did fuck up. Yeah, I fucked up during this chapter because there's a side quest, a hidden side quest where you go to the where you go back to the pool and train with everybody else. And for the final race that I did need to do that a couple of times in order to win. Sorry. And whenever you do these swimming side quests, swimming mini games, it's worth doing all of them that you can do, basically, because they do up your they do up your attributes, which is really useful. And it's a good way of getting your attributes up to the correct level when to get the best ending of the game. And Mr. Goro's still the heartthrob. Look at that form. He can swim like a boss. Oh God! Please stop swooning. Yeah, and to be honest, it kind of makes sense given what we now, what we found out about him at the end of the last chapter, that he's, that he's involved with some crazy shit. We kind of know that he's dealing with some crap. We kind of know that, that he would be so, good at swimming and all that, and be very athletic because of him being involved in that kind of world. Goes angry about Toa again. Something else which I kind of like about this bit of continuity, June has still got that plaster on his right arm from the beginning of Chapter 6, which is kind of cool. I like that. Ryota, stop being a perv. Well said, Ko. He does pick on he picks on Ryota so much. Yep, it's time for Mr. Goro to show you up, dude. I forfeit. I do enjoy some of the comedy in this game. It's pretty good. Why is Ko channeling his inner Mary Jane Watson? Okay. We have to have some in-game fan service. Now, I wish they'd done a bit more with these things, like to try and, voice everybody in every cutscene. I think that would have been better, but whatever. Can't really do much about it. It's a bit of a shame. And that's all, really. And of course, Rion wants to be the center of attention. So yeah, this is pretty much the first time as well that sorry, this is the first time as well that Shiori and Rion have had a conversation. So yeah, it's kind of a nice little thing to see, really. I think that means that everybody's had a you know, some sort of conversation with Shiori at this point. Then I don't know why she changes her mind there, from going from talking about Ko to talking about, you know, change from Ko to Tokisaka. I think, you know, everybody kind of guesses at this point that they're super close, so I don't really see a need for her to kind of correct herself like that, but she does anyway. So in the lotto, so yes, very true. Then again, you know, Shiori's definitely, I guess a lot of these characters are kind of stereotypes or anime kind of tropes, but Shiori in particular is, you know, a character that you see in pretty much every single anime known to man. You know, the childhood friend who secretly has the hots for the main character. That's always been, that's, you know, pretty much in every romantic comedy anime you can think of. So yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much a given at this point then that Rion is going to be joining the group, now that Asuka wants, you know, Asuka pretty much says it here, but I think you kind of got that at the end of her side story, that she really wanted to kind of help out with the XRC stuff anyway, so yeah, she's going to be joining. We're stuck with her. Time for our next meeting. I will say that Chapter 7 also kind of starts off similarly to... Chapter 7 starts off similarly to Chapter 6, where or it's a similar structure, where you have, like, you know, bit of a school, slice of life stuff, and then we go into an XLC kind of investigation going into an eclipse, and then you go into kind of the a bit of story, then do the side quests and the friendship episodes before you move on and finish off with before you move on to actually the main kind of bulk of the main story for chapter the chapter kind of starting off. So there you go. So she's got her priorities straight, I'm sure. So yeah, Rion's officially now a member. Wow, Yuki, you are an asshole. Oh my god, here we go. Time for us to begin. And of course, what's most important is now that we've got the full roster, and basically the table, the two sides of the table, kind of aren't at odds with each other anymore, if you know what I mean. Because we had it where there was 3 on one side and 2 on the other side of the table, but now 3 and 3. So yeah, thank you for that symmetry. So yeah, there's 5 possible eclipses which are popping up. Kind of another hint of the game kind of getting near to the end. You know, where you know, where things are ramping up and showing that, you know, the eclipses are coming thick and fast. So stuff's gonna happen. Shit's gonna go down pretty soon. So yeah, something we're gonna have to deal with. So yeah, all the areas that we're gonna have to go to. So yeah, so we've got Ko and Shio together for this one, and we get to pick one more person. So yeah, basically we're going to be dealing with 2, and then the other team are going to be dealing with 3. So yeah, we've got one more person, I think, that we've got to pick for our team. So yeah, Ko's group is going to go to Yanagi Sports, and yeah, one more party member, so I decided to pick Rion, I think. Yeah, just because newbie, let's show her off. So yeah, we're going to be heading to Yanagi Sports, and then we'll be heading to the Yakuza offices as well. We need to start wearing glasses. Oh my god. That is very anime as well. Kind of just glasses popping up out of nowhere and then commenting on it. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Mitsuki really is that powerful. So yeah, the eclipse that we're supposed to be dealing with here is around Yanagi Sports. So let's head over there. See if something's going on. Oh, that low res. What's the word I'm looking for? Sign. There you go. Fuck, what's wrong with my brain? So yeah, the place is shut, so what's going on? Yeah, pretty much at this point, that's just basically to say that if you want to go off and maybe buy some... sorry. If you want to go out and buy some equipment or consumables or whatever, you know, healing items and all that, then you can do that before you head into continue the story. Oh yeah, some bad shit's going down. Loads of cuts in the wall. Stuff's been knocked over. Oh my god, look at the jerseys have been cut. My god, it's like some sort of wind went through here. That'll come into play. So what's going on? So yeah. Sorry. Fucking hell, what's wrong with me? So yeah, apparently something... this happened during the middle of the night. But he didn't really hear anything, so... So yeah, didn't hear anything. So what happened here? So what kind of blade was used? Alright, at least he's not completely dumb, so he did call the police in first. So I wonder what's going on here then. So yeah, it seems like there should be an eclipse here, but it seems as if it's already happened, like the eclipses. You know, like the eclipse has already done its damage and then kind of disappeared again. The wind cut through everything, yeah. So yeah, basically with these answers as well that you have to pick, these will also increase your attributes. So you want to get them right. Makes it a lot easier to do. So yeah, so there's really nothing that we know yet. Basically, we know that basically a wind kind of whipped up within the store and basically cut the store up to pieces, but we don't really know much else really. So yeah. So yeah. Alright, show has been added to destination. And wisdom has increased. Nice. But that's going to be it for this part. So join me next time for the next part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, when we're going to be continuing the investigation of the XRC, and we're going to be heading over to the Takahane group, the Yakuza, to see what the fuck's going on there. So yeah, see you next time.